So apparently Fox Sports has been having a lot of Diddy freak-offs, and we're gonna talk about it right now.
Sets. We had a little wardrobe malfunction today. The button came off of my pants. What are you gonna do? Autumn fixed it.
There's a lawsuit out there in this industry with big names being accused of very, very big and bad things.
People are asking me if I offered $1.5 million for used box. I'm not going to answer that.
Men cheat. I have been with men who haven't cheated.
It's posted it. They got me. In the 42 pages, it don't mention nothing about Shannon Sharp did anything.
Insight. It's hard to do, and Joy, you have done it. So congratulations. Looking forward to working with you.
Yep. Because that boy looks good. Breakups are hard.
Always.
Okay, especially when you have good times together.
That ain't got nothing to do with us.
Yeah, that ain't got nothing to do with me. So there's nothing to address. I don't know why.
You want me, honey. That is why you feel this way. You being attracted to me is not my responsibility.
I mean,
Rest milk, you made my day.
I've been through so many times. I don't want to believe. Mama say it's my fault. It's my fault. I wear my heart on my sleeve. Niggas bless up on my.
So, if you guys don't know, there's a major lawsuit going on at Fox Sports, and it's starting with Noushin Faraji, her lawsuit against Fox Sports. Now, this lawsuit is alleging a lot of things frequently going on at Fox Center, which is the sport broadcasting network. Now, this lady, Noushin Faraji, has unleashed a lot. Now, before I break down the reports, who is Noushin Faraji? She's a stylist at Fox Sports, and she's well known amongst the ranks and peers of people who are sport anchors. Now, this woman, Noushin Faraji, has called out many people such as Charlie Dixon, Executive Vice President, Shannon Sharp, Joy Taylor, Emmanuel, Acho, and Skip Bayless. And guess this. Now, in the lawsuit, the article states this exactly like this. It says longtime television sports firebrand Skip Bayless is accused of making repeated unwanted sexual advances and offering $1.5 million to have sexual relationships with the former hairstylist. Now, you guys could pause and read that part, and I'm going to digress so I can continue showing you the other article. Things couldn't get bad already, but when you're reading the lawsuit, some of the questionable things that were said could potentially not only take down Fox Sports, but take down characters that we've known for a lot of the amount of the years. So basically, the lawsuit jumps the gun and says that they're naming popular host Joy Taylor as accusing her of telling the plaintiff, Noushin Faraji, to get over it when Fox Sports 1 executive Charlie Dixon allegedly groped her at a party. Taylor and Dixon did not immediately respond to requests for comment Monday. Now, the suit alleges that Faraji, who it says worked both on part-time and then full-time basis as Fox starting in 2012 until her firing. So y'all, basically, he's in a lot of world of trouble because what she's showing here, there's culpability amongst the higher chain of command at Fox Sports, and she's also showing you guys that people actually knew about it. So there's actually probable cause for this suit to move forward with. Well, meet Charlie Dixon. He's a former NBC ESPN executive. He joined Fox Sports as executive vice president content, and he's been there a while. Word is around town, he's very flirtatious. Allegedly, he likes to be around the women whom he works with, especially the subordinate situation leveling as I'm your boss, I could hire you and fire you if you don't acquiesce. What's even darker about Charlie Dixon, ladies and gentlemen, how this can potentially damage the company, but it's not only towards the company, it's towards Charlie family as well. Now, I did my homework. He has a beautiful family here, and word is this is going to potentially cost him millions and millions and millions of dollars because he is a high-ranking member of a fraternity that known as the 1%. Now, this lawsuit is going to have a tidal wave of seismic changes. And look, in my DMs, I'm connected to a lot of these sports journalists. I'm not going to say his name, but someone sent me this picture here and they told me the following about this picture. Now, allegedly, these are the women who work around Charlie Dixon, and he has been known to allegedly put hands and touch people, be very braggadocious about flings he had in front of female colleagues, basically locker room banter talk that's unacceptable in 2025. Now, she said that Charlie allegedly groped her at parties. He would be forcible towards her. And not only that, she said this kind of started around 2012 when she was working part-time, then became a full-time situation where in late 2016, while she was working full-time, Skip Bayless wanted her to do his hair, and that's when everything changed. And this was during the time while Teller, which is Joy Teller, was doing the moderator during the Undisputed show. So soon after requesting weekly haircuts, Bayless began initiating unwanted touching in the form of lingering hugs in which he would put his body against Faraji and press against her breast. So basically, Skip Bayless used his position, as the head honcho in hiring and firing for Undisputed as a pulpit to force her and peer pressure her into salacious things. And she claimed she didn't want to get fired, so that's why she just went along with these things. So basically, in a nutshell, there was a lot of Diddy freak-offs going on at Fox. So in 2021, after being told that an issue with one of her ovaries could be cancer, Faraji allegedly explained the situation to Bayless in hopes that he'd take pity on her and seize his advances. Instead, Bayless told her he wanted to be with her and began kissing her hands and offered her $1.5 million to have sex with him. The legal filings alleges Faraji made an excuse to leave. So she alleges in the lawsuit that Skip Bayless kept being flirtatious and it went forward to keep forcing himself on her. She already said no to the $1.5 million that he offered her, but with this time going more late in the game, Skip became more aggressive. He would hold her and tell her that the more you say no, the more I want you. So he basically became Diddy in the big grand scheme of things. So she brings up Joy Teller in this lawsuit. Ladies and gentlemen, hit the like button, smash the notification bell. I promise you, the video is about to get good. This is like General Hospital all over again, especially when Stephen A. Smith was on it.
Yeah, it's better nobody knows we were there.
You don't have to tell me that. Hey, Jason. We will get to the bottom of this, no matter what it takes. For Sonny.
What, this spring? Are y'all crazy? Please.
So Noushin Faraji hooks up with Joy Teller, and this is going to get kind of bad for Joy because she hooks up with Joy Teller, and this was what said that Dixon basically got drunk. He was at a party they were in, birthday that is, and he started placing his arms around her and touching her buttocks, and she let Joy know about it. And not only did Joy didn't do anything, but it brought it in a tumultuous situation. Now, Noushin Faraji said that Dixon would get rid of her to Joy, which Joy told her to get over it because she got a job because of Dixon, and Teller gave Faraji a job. So basically, I give you a job, close your mouth. Now, before we show you guys highlights of the Emmanuel Acho fling and relationship that she allegedly had, we need to tell you guys who Joy Teller is. Not only is she a beautiful woman who works for Fox, and a lot of dudes cling towards her and they think she's just the most American Pie woman in the world. But what if I told you Joy is really far different than who you think she is? Now, Joy Teller was married to Richard Gianti, or Nati, You guys can pronounce it better than me. Now, she was with this guy for over 2 years and almost 3. A lot of people, including Noushin Faraji, is saying that Joy cheated on this man with Emmanuel Acho. But what's weird about this for me is the simple fact that before she even got in an entanglement with Emmanuel Acho, I remember Joy, after this marriage to Richard, she started in a fling with no other than Earl Watson, former NBA player. Now, the reason I'm saying things weren't adding up, according to the lawsuit, Noushin or whatever, Miss Faraji, she's claiming that Joy basically cheated on her husband with Emmanuel Acho, and we're going to get into the Emmanuel Acho love story. But let's look at Joy's former fiance, NBA player Earl Watson. Now, what was told to me why they called the engagement off is because he didn't believe or have faith in Joy Taylor because of her close ties to Shannon Sharpe. And now what happened, how she got with Earl, after she divorced Richard, 2 months allegedly later, she hooks up with former NBA player Earl Watson, and they begin dating. But Watson called off the engagement, and then she moves to the call-in show and allegedly blamed Fox co-worker. At least that's who Earl was telling friends and colleagues, allegedly through the grapevines. That's what's been spiraling in the Gossip with the T Street. Well, we fast forward to the Emmanuel Acho love interest story between him and Joy Taylor. Now we're gonna talk about Emmanuel Acho and Joy. Now remember, this is a 42-page lawsuit, which is also saying that Joy dismisses Mrs. Faraji's complaints and didn't help at all, and merely suppressed it and tried to hide it and protect the company. So basically, she was a company woman. Now, what Mrs. Faraji is saying is that Joy Taylor was in a sexual relationship with Charlie Dixon, the executive of Fox Sports, and also sleeping with Emmanuel Acho to furthermore pursue her career. Now, what I can help with the lawsuit is show you why people think Emmanuel Acho and Joy have always been lovebirds. Check this out.
I'm just glad she has a manicure. I'm just glad, America, that she has a manicure. She got the Air Moses on.
These are the Air Moses.
She got the Air Moses, boy. She got them Saul and Paul and Silas 15. Boy.
Remember this goes out nowhere. Nobody had to. You want me, honey. That is why you feel this way. You being attracted to me is not my responsibility. Now
That's right. Playful flirting that seems more deeper than what we think. I mean, if you want me to be honest, judging by body language and who I am with women, it looks like Big Dog Emmanuel did lay the sack with Joy Taylor. I remember a couple of years ago, Emmanuel Acho made a video. It seems like he was professing his love towards Joy Taylor. Y'all let me know.
Sports. Just got done with rehearsal for the new show Speak, and I got to take a moment to shout out my co-host Joy Taylor. A woman, a black woman, daily show, sports. Do you all realize how hard it is to get into the position that she is in? So often there's misogyny and sexism running rampant in sports, and we don't even care what women have to say in sports. But Joy is not only in the position on television as a woman, as a black woman, but as an opinionist. So not just asking men what they think, but providing her own unique and distinct insight. It's hard to do, and Joy, you have done it. So congratulations. Looking forward to working with you.
Yo, let me just tell you why I believe she also slept with Emmanuel Acho. And I'm not saying she slept with Shannon because Shannon got Mitchell. I mean Michelle, whatever. But look at some of the things she's been doing at work, such as when she had the malfunction supposedly at work towards her pants.
Sets. We had a little wardrobe malfunction today. The button came off of my pants. What are you gonna do? Autumn fixed it.
There was the time couple of years ago when she was moderating for Undisputed. Joy became very sexual as far as wearing the skimpy 304 yellow dress, which I had no issues against that, but it's a workplace. So she is going to try to come and rise towards the ladder, flirt with Shannon Sharpe, but then she looks at Colin Cowherd and try to get his attention. Colin was a smart one, more than Skip Bayless, more than Shannon, more than Emmanuel. He's gonna think logically. He's going to ignore Joy Taylor's sexual advances. I want you guys to watch this.
Hey, finally I get to see you.
Hi, Shannon.
Good morning, Joy.
Hey, Colin.
Then I remember Mrs. Sexy Joy. She's going to speak with some of the guys and let them know that Shannon Sharpe has given her the name Messy as a nickname. And I'm like, huh?
But we also want you to join the conversation, right?
She's Queen Petty, that's her name.
Oh, she's Queen, you Queen Petty?
Shannon gave me that nickname.
What? Oh, okay, well, what's that?
So if you're gonna get messy, that's her lane.
You like to get messy?
I don't think I'm
I like to get messy.
I don't think I'm a messy person.
Who's messier? Because you work with both of us.
Of course, there's the time Joy went to go celebrate with Shannon Sharpe during an award gathering that had nothing to do with Fox, like this right here, drinking champagne together. Now, I think Joy is really messy for real because some things you don't share on the camera and you don't post it everywhere. And I think when they do their due diligence, Mrs. Faraji counsel, they'll see that Joy is problematic at work and flirtation. Now, why Shannon nicknamed her Messy? Well, obviously through the lawsuits and even towards this video, you can see clearly Joy is messy. But watch this video from several years ago when Shannon says a little sexual nickname that Joy is his girl. She gives him a look on national TV, and that's where I think the name came from, as Joy being messy.
Yeah, we co-host, but this is your show, so I owe you a little gratitude. But Joy better not ask me. I mean, Joy my girl, but Joy better not ask me when I'm coming back. You know what I'm saying? I mean, me and Joy cool, but we go, you know. Skip.
I mean, Joy is very friendly around men. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but you can tell in a workplace, she's not somewhat professional. Even when she was with McCord and Deshaun, she's going to let Deshaun know there are women who are her friends who like Deshaun. It was kind of a little bit unprofessional.
If you did have like a beautiful, like you just had the one female friend, cousin, sister, whatever, just hypothetically, would you put him on with Shady? Like, would you do that connection?
They love me.
No, and like, I want you to be real.
Be
like,
honest.
knowing Shady, like.
I will be honest. I have had friends ask about Shady before.
Yo!
Now, what might help Mrs. Faraji, even Shannon Sharpe gave credit to her for all her hard work styling him during his departure of, you know, Undisputed, which a lot of people are saying Skip Bayless actually got him fired with Charles Dixon. This is Shannon Sharpe giving credit to Mrs. Faraji.
Guys, you've been amazing. To Noushin Faraji, who never colored my hair or given me a haircut, but had all these great ideas, I'm going to really miss you and how you mispronounce words. The word, guys, you've been amazing.
Now, I tried to look at Speak today and see the body language of the co-workers in Joy. She did not look good today. It looked like things were clearly bothering Joy. Her mindset was kind of gone. And what made it worse, Michael Irvin wouldn't even really look at her in the eyes, and her other workers as well. It's like people are avoiding potential lawsuits altogether because we know it can include class action lawsuits. Now, Joy, a while ago, maybe a week ago, she had just talked about cheating and what it means to her and the situation that causes that.
But I don't think that all men cheat. I have been with men who haven't cheated. I know men who do not cheat. I have friends that are in relationships that do not cheat. There is no thing you can do to keep yourself from getting cheated on. You can marry someone and they're the only person that you've ever been with, and you were a virgin when you met them, and you were loyal, still get cheated on.
I know, right? But she goes further deeper into it, and it's almost like she's letting you know about herself and the experience she's been through in the entertainment work world.
The last part of this, though, that I will also add is that when you're talking about people who are in the entertainment industry, when you're talking about people who have access to a variety of different spaces, you can't apply that to everyone's lifestyle. And generally, if you have more access to temptation, it makes it more difficult to stay on the rails. Now, I'm not saying that your man isn't cheating because he doesn't have the opportunity to. I'm just saying that those sensibilities change as well.
If it couldn't get any worse for Joy Taylor, watch when she says this about you can't stop people from cheating.
You cannot control other people's behavior. People are going to treat you how they want to treat you because that's what humans are. Humans do what they want to do.
Now, Shannon Sharp did respond to this lawsuit, 42-page lawsuit by Mrs. Faraji, and he's going to be very vocal during his show, Nightcap with Ocho Cinco. Ocho, Miami boy, love Ocho. But they get more deeper into it, and this is pretty much Shannon Sharp's, Unc Shay Shay, Club Shay Shay's response.
Address the elephant in the room. You're trending on Twitter. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Guys, the news of the day, absolutely, it doesn't. What y'all want me to say?
That ain't got nothing to do with us.
Yeah, that ain't got nothing to do with me. So there's nothing to address. I don't know why everybody if you notice, everybody's posted it. They got me. In the 42 pages, it don't mention nothing about Shannon Sharp did anything. But y'all want to get clicks. So y'all mention me.
Right. Yep, ain't got nothing to do with us.
Now, on one of the 42 pages of this lawsuit, Mrs. Faraji claims that Joy Taylor not only didn't help a fellow woman in need during this trying time at the workplace, but Joy Taylor openly made fun of her and mocked her situation. Now, things went a little bit further deeper because Skip Bayless is the one who's probably going to lose this lawsuit and end up paying multi-millions of dollars. But what gets worse is probably going to be Fox as a whole. They have breaking news shows, but to see Charlie Dixon being involved in this and coercing multiple women at the workplace to get involved into this. Now, Mrs. Faraji emphatically wanted people to know that Charlie Dixon has done this to multiple other women at the workplace. Now, the man and the one and only Stephen A. Smith would respond to these allegations and cover his own insight about these lawsuits.
3 guesses what that bastard's here for.
And of course, there's a prizes to go with that. And of course, there's a lawsuit out there in this industry with big names being accused of very, very big and bad things. All that and more coming up. It's the Stephen A. Smith Show in the house. Fear with a legal matter, a lawsuit. But in the same breath, I didn't think it was a crime to point out that the person that I've known for 25 years, I've never seen somebody that would be capable of that, with that meaning that person that I was around for 25 years.
Now, something you might want to pay close attention to, when Stephen A. Smith was talking about this particular part here, he made sure to single out the fact that he doesn't know Joy Taylor. And I think he did that because she's living up to her nickname Club Shay Shay gave her. She is messy.
That's the guy I know. So imagining him being in this kind of position is shocking, to say the least. All I could tell you is that it's not the Skip Bayless I know.
Now, according to Stephen A. Smith, he's kind of rather shocked that Skip Bayless would be accused of all this. He's going to break down how this guy eats the same breakfast, does the same things routinely, basically on a daily basis, and he never seen these things in Skip Bayless.
You know, eating the same breakfast and lunch on Jim Rome's show. Okay, The Last Word and stuff like that, and we were in the same Fox building off of Pico Boulevard and Avenue of the Stars. The person that I've seen that really, really trusts almost no one and doesn't expose himself to anybody. You know, eating the same breakfast and lunch every day. His vice is a Diet Mountain Dew, and he doesn't socialize with people. That's the guy I know.
Just like we're coming with projections based on this 42-page lawsuit, basically Stephen A. Smith is saying for over 20-something years, that's the guy I've known, the guy who he feels didn't do any of this, but he doesn't know too much.
That's the guy I know. So imagining him being in this kind of position is shocking, to say the least. All I could tell you is that it's not the Skip Bayless I know.
If you pay close attention to what Stephen A. Smith is basically saying, he fears the workplace because the way women are in the workplace, even if a man didn't do anything, you could very well end up being like a Skip Bayless and being at a Diddy freak off that you didn't even know you were invited to.
Breast milk, you made my day.
I mean,
now the thing about Joy, I really believe she likes these older men because of her father, and she sees these men as father figures based on the way her father raised her and Jason Taylor, former NFL Hall of Famer player. And check this out, when she says this is why I feel she's a woman in search of a man who's similar to her father.
When we talk about what fathers are, when we talk about what real men are, when we're talking about what those standards are, giving somebody life is the bare minimum. Raising them, being responsible, being present, teaching them how to be good people, providing emotional and mental support for your children, being a parent.
You can tell she had daddy issues growing up that's never been repaired with her father, because in this part here, she's gonna tell you her father is not that so great that we thought he was.
Bad mothers. I'm just speaking to the fathers because that is my experience. My mother is tremendous. My father is not. Being supportive when the child knows that this is just for keeping up appearances is so maddening. It's so for other people and not for the root of why you're supposed to be there. It's psychological warfare you're playing with your child.
And that's the reason why she never had kids. Because you ever wondered, looking at Joy Taylor, although she's beautiful, but she's climbing up in age. And I used to be like, how come she doesn't have any kids? Well, it's because of the issues with her father. She has daddy issues. This is why she went to the Diddy freak Fox Sports party and also started dating all these older men like Charlie Dixon, because she's in search of a father figure.
People ask me about having kids and why I don't want kids, and there's multiple reasons why I don't. But certainly if I ever were to have a child, I'm committing to the idea of being a parent, not to making a child so that my name can live on, so that I have a legacy. What the fuck is your legacy if you're not actually raising your children?
I mean, this is why when we looked at a fiasco happen, I think a year ago, where Joy Taylor would tell everybody that all men want her. And I think because of her past experience with men and her big kazoo balloon she got on her chest, she really does believe and feels that all men want her.
Stop it. I was
single as French toast.
Hey, this is why we can't have nice things. Stop it. I was just talking to you. We were having a lovely, normal human conversation. And now you have to make it weird. Why don't your girlfriend be upset? You want me, honey. That is why you feel this way. You being attracted to me is not my responsibility. Now you have to make me mad. Who is flirting with you, sir? She has nothing to worry about. Bring her up.
Be attractive is being nice to you and just engaging in conversation. People maybe take it as flirting because in their head, they maybe want it to be flirting. But that isn't like anything that you're doing, right? I think I saw someone say once, like, I'm not flirting with you. I'm just nice and you think I'm attractive.
And I definitely think there's some truth in it.
Yep. Yeah. And we pretty much definitely know Joy Taylor's type. She likes older men who has a higher income and a lot going on, pretty much like most women of her stature. Now, social media could be brazy out here and wild. a lot of people has grouped up together to do fake clips and fake highlights. I've seen the most bizarre thing I could see, which was a AI Skip Bayless admitting to doing all these things to Mrs. Faraji. Check this out.
People are asking me if I offered 1.5 million for used box. I'm not going to answer that. But what I can say is I love me a single mom. I'll leave it at that. And regarding Joy Taylor, that girl got ran through by the whole company. Joy, you are fine as hell, but you're also more ran through than Travis Hunter's girl. This girl was spreading her cheek.
I know, right? Wild and just how do you make sense of it? But there was more of this AI Skip Bayless.
Cheeks for anyone and everyone. I'm sad because she never let me hit it. She said mine was too wrinkly and too small. But what she forgot was, my wallet is bigger than all those guys that smashed her. I could have changed that girl's life, but instead, she chose to be plowed by 10-inch BBCs. Now I got to go look for another host. I got to up my offer to 5 million because honestly, no one wants my old, wrinkly, shriveled up hot dog.
Now, I was thinking, how can Skip Bayless get out of this? How could he find a way to overcome this? But then I thought about all the people and his peers who don't like him. One in particular by the name of Chris Carter, Hall of Fame veteran, Ohio State, the Ohio State alum, Minnesota Viking great, Moss sidekick, because we know Moss was the greatest ever, but that's neither here or there. Check what Chris Carter had to say about Skip Bayless.
I'm going to be honest with you. Skip Bayless is not one of my favorite people. I'm on there doing the show. I do the show and everything. And then all of a sudden, this is when the Tebow phenomenon was going on. And he was a huge Tim Tebow guy. So I come on there on a Monday and, you know, we're trading barbs and everything. We go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then I just level set it and was like, listen, if throwing the football is important in the NFL, Tim Tebow will never be a starting quarterback in the NFL. So he got defensive and then he came back and said, well, that's why you didn't win a Super Bowl, which got nothing to do with nothing. We went to commercial break. I took my earpiece out and I told him, I'll never be on your show again. And if you ever say anything like that to me again, I'll punch you right in the fucking face.
I mean, when you think about it, that's almost similar reasons as to why Shannon Sharpe left Skip Bayless' side. Remember when Darvin Hamlin got injured for the Buffalo Bills? He went to cardiac arrest. And even prior to that, when Skip Bayless said things to Shannon Sharpe like Tom Brady had a better career than you, just side disses like that are not going to help him in the long run. Joy Taylor would go on an interview and she would explain on how she had an amazing time working with Shannon Sharpe and Skip Bayless.
Really amazing, and it was such a different show. I mean, it was the launch of the show. It was such a big deal. Skip had just left ESPN, which at the time was like unheard of, except for Colin. And yeah, and then there's, you know, obviously Shannon's entry into the opinion space because he had done television before, but not that type of show. And then we're competing with First Take, and there was just a lot that was going on with that launch. But it was really, really fun. Like, it was a different lifestyle for sure. I was getting up at 3:20 in the morning every day.
Joy would speak also on how Skip Bayless taught her proper work ethic, because prior to her going to other Fox channels and shows or whatnot, when she was with Undisputed, she learned on proper work ethic, on how not to go to parties, go to sleep early, because that's how much a wave Undisputed was.
Going out during the week, like, you had to keep very, very, very routine, which was something that I learned from Skip, because in order to do that show, and Colin does a lot of this too, but it's not as early, you have to have a routine. Like, you just can't wing that. It's too early in the morning. It's too long of a show. There's too much on the table for you to perform, to be like hungover or distracted, or you don't have your notes in order. Like, there's just too much going on. And Skip is both of them, Skip and Shannon, were just very like routine. Do the same thing every day, park in the same spot, eat the same thing for breakfast, like wear sweatpants and so you don't have to think about what you're wearing, and then get dressed there. Like, I still practice that now.
Now, although Skip Bayless is no longer working at Fox Sports, the time frame of Mrs. Faraji's lawsuit, it goes and coincides precisely in sync during the time of Skip Bayless working there. So it doesn't help the fact that he's no longer there, because a lot of people are saying he knew what was coming, so he left quickly to avoid such embarrassing situation. Now, the 42-page lawsuit that Mrs. Faraji has presented, it doesn't include president and co of Fox Sports, Mark Silverman, and CEO and executive producer Eric Shanks. They were not named in the complaint, but the lawsuit said the duo could be added to the legal action following the discovery. Look, I'm not going to pretend that this isn't entertainment. This isn't exciting. It's almost like a soap opera, and we're watching it and waiting for every update. But at the same time, these are grown people. These are people's lives, and a lot could really be tarnished right now. People's legacy, people's job, people need work to take care of their family. I'm not in favor of knocking someone down while they're down, but we got a show to do. I got a job to do. You guys let me know on your opinions in the comment sections, and I'll keep giving you hard cutting news edited like this with sheer entertainment, while also thinking about the perspectives of the people that makes this channel. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm DJ Bless One, the best one. Love your family, love your kids, and with that being said, stay blessed, guys.